win this! Yeah, that's what I like to see! That's what I like to see! Yeah, that's what I like to see! That's what I like to see! Yeah, that's what I like to see! That's what I like to see! Oh, that was... Woo! Oh, that was juicy right there! Do not take the L! Win this! that's what I like. Yeah, that's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Yeah, that's what I like. Woo! Yeah, you got it right in the head. Yeah, that's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Oh, that was juicy right there. Yeah, you got it right in the head. Yeah, you got it right in the head. Yeah, you got it right in the head. Yeah, that's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Holy crap, you won! You won!
Despite the immense popularity of Super Mario 64 speedrunning, there is a comparatively small amount of people running the blindfolded categories, a testament to how difficult blindfolded speedrunning really is. And so it was surprising when I was on Twitch this week and was notified of another runner doing blindfolded 16-star runs. Blindfolded runs of Super Mario 64 have recently been made popular by a small but extremely dedicated group of runners. However, there are clear differences between the runs that those already established players have done and the runs that this particular person has completed.
You will
The main difference,
not
of course,
fail
being
me,
that this
alright?
particular runner is creating fake runs and attempting to pass them off as real. I have here a video of one of these runs, and I aim to show some of the clear discrepancies between this run and the genuine blindfolded runs of SM64 that are out there. When watching this run, it's important to note that the author claims not to have tried to blindfold speedruns as well, and this is apparently only his third blindfolded run. He claims to make up for this with the fact that he has been playing Super Mario 64 for the past 3.5 years. However, it should be noted that despite the amount of time he has spent in the game, the best time on the run he has currently submitted is an 18:26, a relatively mid-level time. The first thing that actually put me off when I was watching this run was the fact that the streamer had both follow alerts and text-to-speech alerts on. If you've ever seen a blindfolded speedrun before, you will know that runners pretty much always have this kind of sound voice turned off. Considering how important sound cues are when you literally can't see, you'd think that he would be the same. However, this guy is so good, he apparently doesn't even use clear sound cues to do the run. Throughout this run, he also attempts multiple times to explain the strategy that he's been using, except there are multiple problems with what he's saying versus the things he's actually doing. He mainly claims to be using a combination of sound cues and muscle memory for most of his strats. Most speedrunners know, however, that visual cues are just as important as muscle memory. It's It's very unrealistic to assume that anyone could just casually do a blindfolded run off of visual muscle memory, no matter how long that person has
Juicy
been playing.
kills, man! Ah!
I've tried to do stars. I can't do 1 star blindfolded. Like, even though I've played this game for years and years and years, even trying to do 1 star blindfolded is insanely difficult.
Blindfolded speedruns often employ what are called normalized strategies. A normalized strategy is any strat that is done in such a way that the outcome is always exactly the same. In Super Mario 64, many of these kinds of strategies can be employed. For example, moving in a cardinal direction on a controller with notches, using 2 slow walks to ledge grab at the corner of a platform, or
Be
punching
sure
against
to
the wall
win
to
this!
push Mario backwards.
Failure's not an option, alright?
As you can imagine, these kinds of strats are often completely different from the ones you would see in a normal run, and require hundreds of hours to properly learn. And yet this person is claiming to have a 33-minute time after openly admitting to having little to no preparation. Keep that in mind when you look at the so-called blindfolded strats that are claimed to be employed. The run begins in Bob-omb Battlefield, behind the Chain Chomp's gate. Looking at a legitimate example by Buzia, you can see that a consistent setup with clear intention is being used in order to get onto the Chain Chomp's pole. Note the use of a notched angle and fixed camera in order to guarantee a direct path to the pole from the corner of the gate. Comparatively, this runner seems to have absolutely no normalized setup whatsoever. He takes what looks like either an intentional death or a legitimate mistake, and then tries again a second time. This time around, he seems to be using an almost completely different, but still unnormalized setup to get onto the pole. The unexpected hit that he takes here from the Chain Chomp would leave his run long, and yet he is somehow still able to turn around and recover. The runner seems to be using intentional mistakes along with fake setups to try to sell the idea that he was actually blindfolded. Many more of these will come up throughout the run. The run is already off to a suspicious start. However, the first absolutely massive red flag is where he wants
Oh, that was juicy right there!
strat usually reserved for credit runners. It should be noted how much the runner is talking during this very input-heavy and spacing-dependent section. Again, anyone who has watched a real blindfolded speedrun before knows how quiet runners can be during this.
Yeah, that's what I like to see!
How much
That's what I
focus
like
and
to
skill
see!
required to complete a blindfolded run. It's an anomaly that this runner with barely any practice is so casually able to do a strat that no other blindfolded runner has attempted. And yet with
that was
absolutely no normalized
juicy right
strats,
there.
he seems to do everything with some relative ease. Looking at a run that the same
Yeah, that's what I like to see! That's what I like to
you can actually
see!
see that he can do the exact same movements on his muscle memory must really be that good. On his first attempt, he is able to triple jump wall kick up to the floating island without giving himself any sort of indication where he is. With absolutely no normalization, he's able to attempt and fail Owless 3 times before finally landing it a 4th time. He even comments on the fact that he's finally learned to
Oh, that was juicy right there!
It's anyone's guess why he didn't opt to learn this much of a consistent strat in the first place. In the next star, he goes through the traditional cannonless setup that you would normally see in most sighted runs. Once again, looking at a blindfolded version of this strat, there is a clear intention to every input using normalized movement and guaranteed.
Oh, that was
Unlike at
juicy
this
right
run,
there!
however, the movement across the falling bridge and over to the piranha plant is extremely wobbly and very inconsistent. He then lines up next to the plank using these extremely small adjustments that have no audio cues whatsoever. Anyone that runs this game or has even tried this trick before knows that it's pretty precise. The only possible way anyone could do it blindfolded with the movement used here is if they weren't actually and were instead using the visual cue. The run only gets more and more suspicious from this point onward. Following a couple more extremely wonky and unnormalized setups of Crystal Mountain, we reach Bowser in the Dark World, the first Bowser. Here, only a true gamer such as this man would be able to somehow sidestep this Goomba, quickly make his way up the path, and then do this long jump to the next red, all completely blindfolded and with absolutely no setup necessary.
Oh, that was juicy right there!
I heard you, Goomba.
He then punches the Goomba and seems to be heard, because there is no good way of moving this It would have probably been both faster and safer to just keep walking forward anyway. Notice then the small adjustment he makes in order to be lined up on the slope. Anyone who is actually blindfolded here would have almost certainly kept holding right with no adjustment. And yet this man somehow knew he was just a little too far down, despite having absolutely no real setup beforehand.
Outstanding!
If none of
Those
this was
some
suspicious enough,
juicy
then
kills,
next we have
man!
the first Bowser throw. Looking at legitimate runs by Katoon and Bubsy, we can see that a setup is being used to slowly move Bowser into the bomb without even throwing him. For a faster strat, you can also toss him a little earlier with a slower spin, which provides a much larger frame window than normal to hit the throw. It should be noted that there is also a consistent way to throw Bowser at full speed, using a combination of pause buffering and a sound cue. When Mario is spinning Bowser, a distinctive whoosh noise will play. This noise will always play whenever Bowser faces north, regardless of the camera angle or Bowser's orientation.
Shred everyone in sight!
Furthermore,
Do
the whoosh will
not
make a slightly
disappoint me!
different sound depending on what frame you pause on. This is the strategy that Nobori implements, and it's how he's able to consistently pause buffer a B press to throw Bowser into the bomb. However, it seems like this runner couldn't be bothered to learn any of these strats. He instead opts to throw Bowser in the conventional way, while claiming to also be using a sound cue. Notice, however, that he also opts to turn his camera towards the bomb. As explained, turning the camera during spins does not affect the timing of any audio cues, and so it would be pointless to do this if the runner was truly blindfolded. It's pretty obvious here that he's just turning the camera so he can visually see when to throw. Moving on to basement, we see another series of extremely
Holy
suspicious
crap,
and
you won!
inconsistent
You
setups.
won!
In Shifting Sandland, he is somehow able to get the Talon Star using a strategy only viable for visual runners. The amount of adjustment needed to long jump to the Fly Guy and twirl over to Klepto is simply too precise to be done consistently in a blindfolded run. That doesn't stop this guy though. He's able to do it first try with no issues. In Hazy Maze Cave, however, he reverts back to setups that might pass as blindfolded to try to further sell the idea that he cannot see. However, the quote-unquote setups he is using make absolutely no sense. On the emergency exit star, he seems to have created some
Be
kind of
sure to
fake
win
timing
this!
system
Failure's
involving more
not an
normalized and
option,
inconsistent
alright?
movements.
Okay. 2.
Compare this again to Nobori's strat, which uses normalized movements along with the game's fixed camera option for even more consistent angles. Up to this point, the run has been extremely suspect. However, what happens in the second half absolutely destroys what little credibility it had in the first place. The last half of this run is no breaking mistakes to make the previous 20 minutes look completely legit by comparison. We now come to Mip's clip, in my opinion one of the most impressive sections of Blindfolded 16 Star. Successfully doing Mip's clip in a real blindfolded speedrun requires an extremely precise setup involving walking into a corner and then repeatedly rerouting Mips to achieve the correct spacing condition.
Yeah,
This
you
is
got
one
it
of the
right in
most
the head!
difficult and precise
Yeah, that's
sections
what I
in
like
the
to see!
entire run.
That's what I like
In
to
the castle
see!
basement, even the tiniest mistap with left or right can mess up your runner entirely, breaking any setup you may have had. This runner, however, throws all of that out the window. The clip to the basement door, he basically just runs straight
that
at it
was
and ends up in the right
juicy
spot.
right there.
No setup needed. Remember that there are absolutely zero sound cues here. There is absolutely no way he can know how close or far away he is from the door, because he is using literally no setup here. The exact same is true for his clip to the 30-star door. Once again, with absolutely no discernible audio cues and no real setup whatsoever, he somehow either knows exactly where he is on the door, or just gets lucky enough to click through it. He spends around 30 seconds here walking back and forth along the door, and somehow is able to find the exact right spot to make it through. Somehow it still gets worth it. At this point, he pretty much goes through the rest of the game without even thinking about what a real blindfolded run should look like. It really looks like he's just given up on trying to sell the illusion any further.
Yeah, that's what I like to see! That's what I like to see!
I slid off something.
Oh, that was juicy right there!
The fact that he even says this is strange to me. There is literally nothing else in this level that you can slide on besides the sub, so it doesn't really make any sense to act as if he had to figure out what he was sliding on. He needed to make it look like he had some kind of cue to go off of, and then did the absolute bare minimum to try to make it convincing. He then approaches the back of the sub as you would in a normal speedrun, but he ends up under the fin, causing the camera to go in an awkward direction. It should be painfully obvious how bad this looks. A real blindfolded runner would be completely disoriented in this situation, and there is no consistent way you could realistically recover from this. Despite this, he is somehow able to loop back around in a perfect angle and lands back on the fin. Once again, with absolutely zero sound cues or any setup. Nothing suspicious to see here. And then there's fire.
Outstanding! Those are some juicy kills, man! Ah!
That was literally just muscle memory.
Right. So after some more fake strats in Fire Sea, one fake Bowser throw setup, and some suspicious BLJ lineups, we finally come to what manages to be the worst part of the run by far. This run's Bowser in the Sky is pure gold. It contains such a large amount of glaring flaws and inconsistencies that it's insane that anyone could look at it and believe that the person playing could not
Shred
actually see.
everyone in
He
sight!
immediately
Do
starts the
not
course with,
disappoint
again,
me!
completely unnormalized strats, moving through the course with small adjustments that have seemingly no explanation. He then commits to
Yeah, that's what I can see! That's... Yeah, you got it right in the head!
I was laughing my ass off when I first saw this. Not only does he somehow know exactly where the 1-up box is, but he also knows exactly what direction the 1-up will go in once it spawns, something completely determined by RNG. Then, after chasing it on a moving platform for a completely arbitrary amount of time,
that's what I like to see!
somehow knows
That's,
exactly where
that's
the
what I
moving
like to
jump
see!
is left.
That's what I like to
You
see!
don't even need to know anything about Super Mario 64 or blindfolded speedrunning to understand that what just happened is completely bullshit. Immediately after skipping the first 1-up, he messes around on the first rotating elevator, grabbing the next 1-up in the process. All clearly a calculated setup. After this, he once again makes an intentional mistake in order to make people think he's actually blindfolded. This is somehow the first and only time in this 40-minute run that he accidentally runs off of his platform. Except immediately after falling off, he somehow also knows to pull back to the right so he doesn't fall off the way. Only then does he comment that he knows he's falling off.
Oh,
Again,
that
with
was
absolutely no
juicy
discernible
right there!
Following this, he traverses the wooden platforms and tries to go to the other side.
Yeah, that's what I like to see! That's what I like to see!
He clearly saw this coming with his eyes, but then remembered he was supposed to be blindfolded. So he passes it off by acting like he knew there should be a 1-up there, and goes back to grab it. Again, no setup whatsoever. Watch now as he somehow knows exactly where he is on the spinning platform and knows exactly where the first pole is. Again, anyone who is actually blindfolded here would have probably just kept holding left and run off. However, this guy is able to make a completely random amount of adjustments to make it onto the pole. He then makes his way to the next pole and grabs the red, which he seems to be using as an audio input. Then, immediately after jumping off of the pole that he knows he was just on, he attempts to use 2 bob-ombs on the next platform to further determine his position.
There should be like some bomb. Okay.
This is absolutely pointless, as he had already just learned where he was. All he had to do here was hold forward and he would have reached the next wall. At this point, he once again reiterates the fact that this is only his third blindfolded In the last 4 minutes alone, there have been countless points of extreme suspicion. From the moment he enters the stage to the moment he enters the final fight, there is almost nothing that could be considered even remotely legitimate. However, the final Bowser throws that he does in the next 4 minutes are somehow even worse. He begins by grabbing Bowser using the normal visual method. Running around Bowser with a tight enough circle to grab him is something that heavily relies on visual cues to properly do. This is why in a real blindfolded game,
Holy crap, you won! You won!
for the final throw, a separate normalized setup is used. And yet, after only 1 minute,
me right there. Yeah, that's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Yeah, that's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Shred everyone in sight! Do not disappoint me! that was juicy right there. Outstanding! Those some juicy kills, man! Ah! Do not take the L! Win this! Woo! Oh, that was juicy right there! Yeah, you got him right in the head! Yeah, you got him right in the head! Yeah, that's what I like to see! That's what I like to see! Yeah, you got him right in the head! Yeah, you got him right in the head! Yeah, you got him right in the head! Oh, that was juicy right there! Yeah, you got him right! Yeah, you got him right in the head! Woo! Yeah, you got him right in the head! Yeah, that's what I like to see! That's what I like to see! Oh, that was juicy right there! Yeah, that's what I like to see! That's what I like to see! balls, man! Ah! You will not fail me, alright?